The freshman class has been good all year for Coach Fortner. And then Megan Duffy's got a team that has some veteran players, all in new roles this year.
Matilda Ekh with the ball now for Virginia Tech, one of the more familiar faces. As you alluded to, players having to really step up. Rose Micheaux, one of those players, a senior for the Hokies. Micheaux working on Blackshear on the interior, turns and hits.
Stay on that right shoulder, because she gets to that right shoulder, she is money on the block.
Had a couple of games she missed this season, and Virginia Tech really missed her. She does a lot for this team. Zoe Smith around and out. Georgia Tech still looking for their first points. Right delivers.
Her three-point shooting team, when you recruit the kind of talent that Nell Fortner has recruited,
it's the most points Virginia Tech has scored in an ACC game in program history, that 105. White was following her shot up, but she didn't need to.
Megan Duffy's system allows you to get shots. Now, will the right people be working off some of those actions and be able to make those plays as Morgan goes to work inside? She has a tremendous amount of experience, international experience as well. WNBA, former head coach of the Indiana Fever.
That is a tough basket by Micheaux. Mackie Nelson had checked in off the bench for the Hokies. She's been a real spark. Dunn, pretty. Carly Wenzel had it stuffed by Blackshear, and then picks up her dribble though. Good defense. 5 to shoot. Nelson, a little forced. Here comes Morgan, fresh off that career performance. 31 points in the last game for Georgia Tech, and the three from the corner is good.
2-on-1, and there is Dani Carnegie. One right here. You got one person back, and usually you would attack the rim a little bit better. However, that's what I'm talking about, the 3 W's. Who to get the ball to, when and where. Tonie Morgan knew Carnegie was spotted up in the deep corner.
And there's a triple on the other end from Ekh. And then White and Micheaux have only missed a couple of starts apiece. Carnegie, 5 points now.
Change of pace.
Wenzel goes to Peterson. How about that play Megan Duffy drew up? Brings in the freshman, and her very first touch results in 2 points.
You know, mixing them in and with the talent that they had returning. And then this one right here, Tonie Morgan going to work. I'm a huge fan of Tonie Morgan.
A drive, and Ariadna Tiramis on the floor defending for Georgia Tech. Still, Tonie Morgan's previous career high before that 31 in the last game at Stanford was against Virginia Tech. Had 28 points in that overtime loss. Virginia Tech just 6 of 21 from the floor. They've only attempted 2 threes so far.
Nice backdoor. Beautifully done. Very well executed by Coach Duffy's team. Watch this play right here. Go this way. Matilda Ekh's going to do a great job of V-cutting backdoor, setting this up. This is just a beautifully executed. Shooters in the corner.
10 on the shot clock. Morgan. And she is just cutting up that lane right now.
Having more shooters with the ability off the bounce has really added to Nell Fortner's depth, has made them just a more dangerous defensive team and offensive team. Tonie Morgan knows that drop coverage is coming, and Tiramis can shoot the triple. That is well designed. Right now, Morgan controlling the whole game for Georgia Tech. They get a couple of sides. That's when they're running their offense at their best.
Each of these teams able to win at least one game in the ACC tournament last year. Ines Naredo into the game, and inside it goes to Smith. 7-point Georgia Tech lead now.
I think Karis Baker's got to get going too. And Matilda Ekh, brilliant three-point threat. Watch Matilda Ekh right here come off this pin down, set her feet, and does a nice job of quickly getting.
That is one area Georgia Tech has taken advantage of thus far in the game, and Morgan gets some points from it. Ekh gets it off the inbounds over to Micheaux, who is hot early for Virginia Tech. She has 8. Dunn spins herself free.
Nice float game right there by Kara Dunn. Let me get credit for it. Kara Dunn reading the D, scoring on a closeout.
And the score is 105-94. There are going to be some big numbers put up, and Matilda Ekh's putting them up right now.
Middle of the floor, and then Ekh. Miscommunication. If there is a tomorrow.
That is
which there will be for Georgia Tech.
Postseason's all about.
Matilda Ekh, shoot till your arm falls off. My goodness. This is just tremendous. She's going to come off that little pin screen.
Good thing Muffet and I didn't wear our pink blazers on the same day.
Why not? You could look like the Hall of Famer over there, Jen. You could be cool if you're wearing what Muffet's wearing.
Well, that is true. Georgia Tech is led by as many as 7 in this game, but right now, they do tie it up. How about that? Zoe Smith and Georgia Tech. Shot blocked by Micheaux, but it'll stay with the Jackets under the basket. Morgan, 7 on the shot clock, crosses over, and then blocked, stays with it. Great season the Hokies had last year, but has taken advantage of her opportunity this year. Morgan, shot clock, short again, doesn't matter.
It's a great job right here of executing. 2-man game, clear it out. And Carly Wenzel has yet to get going, 0 for 7. She's their leading scorer coming into the game.
Smith had an open lane, took advantage.
Watch right here, Morgan slicing the floor in transition, running hard ahead.
Block, White hung in the air and snatched that ball away. I said our defense has got to be better than what it's been in these last few.
Chit-Chat Wright does a good job of icing that ball screen. She's not allowing Wenzel to try to reverse it. And there's Karis Baker in transition.
Wenzel dishes to Micheaux.
Baker with a triple, and then to the rim. And the throwback to Micheaux. But that Duke NC State game in Reynolds Coliseum on the Play for K game was absolutely fantastic as well.
3 on the shot clock for Wenzel. It's Virginia Tech with a 1-point lead at the moment. Morgan takes that away.
When you don't stop the ball early, you're putting all kinds of pressure on your transition defense. Third coming right at you. A little crossover. Georgia Tech's defense has been good. They have made it tough.
I think they heard the message from their head coach as Dunn flies in for 2. 37 the score. Georgia Tech with the advantage. Virginia Tech, meanwhile, has gone over 2 minutes without a score. Micheaux, she's been the answer inside.
Yeah, it's a good job by Coach Duffy to go back to what you know.
12 points now for Rose Micheaux. Dani Carnegie back in for the Jackets. And hits. Inside to Baker, had it on her hip.
And Georgia Tech has really done a good job on Ekh here in the second half.
Morgan, try to keep up.
This game is a perfect example of how possessions shrink in March. What a play by Duffy off the timeout.
Different type of game. It's been tight most of the way.
Nell Fortner like a point guard over there, calling up the screens, dialing up the switches. And again, that switch, Ekh ends up on Morgan.
Wenzel has 2, and that is her very first field goal of the game. She was 0 for 10 prior to that bucket. Makes it a 2-point. Morgan wants a closer look, gets it.
Attacking that top foot.
Morgan breaking out all the tools, but then White with the block. Dunn for three.
It may not be in the first quarter or the second quarter, but you can't sleep on
Carnegie helped out inside by Blackshear, and it's now the largest lead of the game for the Yellow Jackets. Virginia Tech needing some stops on this end of the floor. Dunn, open look for three.
This is a nice inside out. Good pass by Carnegie. Dunn spotted up.
Avenge that regular season double overtime loss. Carnegie, why not?
I mean, if you're thinking slow it down and take some time, that is not who Georgia Tech is. By Dani Carnegie. We're not slowing it down right now.
Shows you the trust she has, and that shows you why. Chit-chat right.
See if she really does have any size, because Ivory, I don't know, I think Ivory was always listed at 5'6". I never believed that was true.
Good take by Dunn. Micheaux. See an awful lot of this, and when Virginia Tech, needs a basket, they have tried to go to number 4 to get it.
Oh, she works hard for position and does her.
No problem for chit-chat right. Over to Carnegie. ACC 6th Player of the Year gets an assist to Blackshear.
I want to take a second here to talk about the incredible job that Megan Duffy has done in her first year. You know, she's been a highly successful and decorated player. She's been a Coach of the Year in the Big East. She's worked her way as an assistant to get an opportunity to be here, and to replace Kenny Brooks was no easy feat.
Rusna Augustineta, number 23 on the floor for Georgia Tech, but time running out for Virginia Tech, and only time will tell. Have they done enough to get into that NCAA tournament field? They could have used a little more of that in the second half.
Putting a lot of pressure on the transition defense of Virginia Tech, and these little guards, these freshman guards for Nell Fortner have been fantastic. Dani Carnegie and Chit-Chat Wright to complement what Tonie Morgan and Dunn bring to the team.
Their careers just getting started were players like Micheaux, senior for the Hokies. Micheaux, big game to lead Virginia Tech today, but Georgia Tech and their young cast of characters just too much, picking up the win in this one. 72-57 your final.